To my regular viewers, you would have seen in the summertime I came over and I cleaned up inside this glorious spray shed here, and we had a bunch of old chemicals, as shown right here, that we can't really use anymore, and some of them we don't even know what they are. So I registered them with a company called Chem Clear, who come around, I think it's only maybe once a year, and they pick up any old chemicals and they go and dispose of them correctly. So this morning they are in Jamestown, and we are going to go and take those to the dump where they are, and we're going to give them to Chem Clear and get rid of them. And yeah, that'd be really nice to have this old junk out of the shed here and just open up a little bit more space. So we'll go get rid of those, and then we'll see where the day takes us from there. Well, that went really well. That was quite easy. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I was literally the only one today to bring chemical here. So if you are a farmer or anyone who's dealing with chemicals and you're looking to get rid of them, definitely get onto the Chem Clear website and register your chemicals on there. They'll come and pick them up. A lot of them they pick up for free. You don't have to pay anything. So we had a couple of unlabeled ones that we weren't really sure what they were, so we had to pay a small fee for that. A couple $100 to do the right thing and get rid of it. They were very appreciative of me bringing those old chemicals in and doing the right thing. So just, yeah, a heads up to everyone out there. If you don't know about Chem Clear, get onto the website and have a look at it. It is just an absolutely glorious winter's day today. It's supposed to be 15 degrees. There's just the slightest gentle breeze out here. It's just lovely. The crops will be growing like crazy with this weather. So I just got to go in and swap over this gas bottle for the MIG welder, because I was trying to weld up some stuff yesterday for a fence line nozzle that I was making for our spray ute, and yeah, I think we're out of gas here, so I need to swap that over because I'm going to need to do some more welding later. So I was sort of thinking that today I'd go, like, especially while the weather seems so good, I'd go out and spray. Well, in the last episode I was talking about some beans and vetch that needed spraying out of some wheat. So I thought I'd go and do that, but the wind's kind of picked up a little bit. It's coming from the north at the moment, and to the south of all the paddocks I've got to spray is either my canola or Dad's vetch. And it's a phenoxy type chemical, and I know that they are prone to doing a lot of damage with spray drift. So I'm sort of thinking at the moment we might just hold off. I gave Dad a quick ring and he goes, nah, I'd be waiting until the wind's going another direction. So I was just cleaning the tank out of this because the last thing that was in there was boxer gold, and not that that's going to worry the wheat, but it's more so a resistance, chemical resistance type scenario. I don't want to leave any residues of boxer gold in there and then go spraying and then give ryegrass or something like that a small dose of it. So I just thought I'd wash the tank out and make sure it's relatively clean. But I think in the meantime I'm going to keep building my little fence line spraying nozzle and try and get that up and running, because that'll be a nice little milestone to have that ticked off. I've been wanting to spray out fence lines the last couple of years. I'm just setting up something pretty crude. I've got a high pro nozzle and we're just going to mount that on the back of our ute that's got the spray tank on it, and hopefully, yeah, it'll do a decent enough job to run around a few fence lines with. All right, behold the old Triton. This is the ute that we use to do all of our spot spraying and all that sort of thing. We've got a wand up the front that you can literally just hang out the window and spot spray with. We've already got this boomless nozzle on the back, which is great. That kind of fans out pretty evenly both sides, and that's good for spraying weeds and that around the yard and trying to do that sort of thing. But what I really wanted to do is spray out along fence lines in the paddock. So we've got this high pro boomless nozzle here, That sort of shoots down that way and then it will shoot out that way. I'll turn it on in a sec, we'll have a look. But yeah, this setup was already here, so all I've kind of done is put this piece on here. We've got a bit of adjustment either way, sort of to get it to where we want. We've got a little bit of up and down movement. This can go up and down as well inside there. So hopefully, look, I don't know how this is going to work. It's pretty crude setup, but like I really wanted to be spraying out fence lines, because you always end up with a lot of weeds and a lot of weed pressure around fence lines, and then you come through with the header and you scoop up all the weed seeds and you broadcast them into the paddock. So we'll see how this works. It's a pretty high flow nozzle. We'll flick it on. You can see she's almost like a tap. She flows that fast. So it's an ultra low drift nozzle, this thing. It's supposed to be really great for doing this sort of thing. So we've got a little bit, there's just water in here at the moment, but you can see, like, you can literally point that thing up and you can shoot meters, but that's not what we want to do. We just want to point that down and sort of go along our fence lines like that. So hopefully that'll give things, just ignore the bit of water dripping that's not all sealed up and plumbed up properly yet, but hopefully that'll do a fairly decent job of going along fence lines. So we'll see. You guys see that? All that oil coming out of there? That cylinder's going to need to be rebuilt, and that's if it'll seal up again. What I've been told with these things is don't get moisture, or try to avoid washing around this breather hose here, because moisture gets in and then goes in down around that top seal on the hydraulic cylinder, and it causes corrosion. And because this thing's been folded up, you got hydraulic oil then comes out of this breather and then it leaks all over the bar everywhere and makes an absolute mess. But it seems to be a little bit of a poor design in my opinion. You shouldn't really be able to get moisture in around that top breather line, but I've been told that you know, that's what happens. And I did rebuild one over the other side here earlier this year, and that one there has stayed sealed up afterwards. But when I pulled it apart, I was like, there's a lot of corrosion in there. So anyway, that's going to need a rebuild. I think I should have a seal kit here for that. I might pull that off now and do that. I just want to wash this bar up, get it all cleaned up, shot of grease and everything into it, and then yeah, maybe check some wheel bearings. I think all the press wheels and everything look all right, so just get it cleaned up, greased up, back in the shed, sort of semi ready to go for next year. I do have one, the lucky last one, so I'll have to go get some more seal kits to put back in the box, I think, because it appears that you need them from time to time. We just fixed the heck out of that thing. You know, I fed them some of that old bread before.
Yeah.
Yep, they loved it.
Yes.
Yes, they did. You want to let the chickens out later or not?
Yeah, but I didn't think taking them out.
Oh, okay. You just be careful climbing on that fence there.
Well, I was thinking taking it out. The chickens out. Well, you can take them out now.
No, we'll take them out a bit later. Otherwise they go wandering.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can't find one.
That girl is a chatterbox. And I can tell you, she didn't get it from me. Alright, time to put the Karcher 614 easy to work. Man, I love this thing. If you do not have a pressure cleaner that does hot soapy water, you're missing out. Get yourself one. Well, the canola's looking good. It's finally starting to take off after all that fertiliser we spread. It is taking its time, but I think that's all washed in and kicked in now, and it's actually starting to really grow, which is nice. I just came up the back road here quickly to check to see what the wind was doing away from the sheds, because I want to get out spraying, but we've still got a west-northwesterly, and once again to the south is vetch and canola, and I just don't want to risk it with what we got to spray. So we're just going to wait till we got a day, which is looking like maybe Saturday or Sunday, where the wind's going to be coming from the right direction to be able to get out and get it done. So we'll just have to wait. Alright, so we might fold this up, take it around the back, start putting some grease into it. As smaller farmers, I've just got to take a moment to appreciate this tractor. It is just so nice to have something so new on the farm. It's, I don't know, it's just really, really nice. What can I say? I've enjoyed it, I enjoy it. It'd be nice to have more newer stuff, but unfortunately, for us smaller guys, it's hard. It's very hard to keep machinery up to date and, you know, keeping up with the newest things. So, anyway. That's just my thoughts as I drive around to the shed. Kind of thinking if that wind dies down enough, I might go out and give that fence line nozzle a bit of a run, which, yeah, the wind's not bad at the moment, but it does look like it's going to maybe drop down a little bit more later on, so it'd be nice to go out and give it a bit of a run and just see how it works, see sort of how it works. Feel good. That feels good. Now I just need my grease gun. I think we might quit there for now because the wind is virtually non-existent at the moment, so I want to give that new fence line nozzle a crack. Might just go around some of this vetch here close to home, and we'll see what sort of a job it does, and if it looks good, then we'll keep spraying fence lines. You can clearly see by the amount of dried foliage along this fence line that they haven't been sprayed out before, so I don't know what sort of a job we're going to do this time, but oh well, we're making a start. Sun setting on an absolutely gorgeous winter's day. Man, it has been nice. I was going to do just one paddock of vetch, the fence line around there, but I ended up doing a paddock of barley as well. Should be a good little sample, we'll see. I'm now taking my dislike of weeds out on the weeds in the driveway. Rightio folk, that is all I have for you today. Just want to say thank you very much for watching. Sure would love to see you again next time. Have a good one.